Welcome to Loose Lips, all the things you wanted to say but didn't know how to say it. Today's topic is New Year, New You. So here we are in a new year, new resolutions, new you, a time when we're going to reflect back and push forward. So I ask you today, how have you changed? How have you grown? How have you remained the same? Every year, I always turn back and see what I did right and what I did wrong, where I can improve, and what I can and need to change. In today's world, there is so much going on, and at times it seems impossible to not only keep up, but to stay sane in such an uncertain world. I know I am blessed every day that I wake up. I am blessed every day that I know I have a paycheck coming in. I am blessed every day that I am willing and able. Even though times are hard and at times I feel like giving up, I know that it is not possible and I must keep going. This past year has given me so much heartache, stress, pain, and uncertainty. And every year I keep saying it is going to get better because deep in my heart, I know it will. It is what I hope for. It is what I pray for, that one day God will hear my pleas, my cries, my despair, and grant me relief. At times I wonder if I did something wrong to be in so much pain and despair. But every year I keep making resolutions and keep going because I know what other choice do I have? So this year, will you make resolutions? Will you change, stay the same, or even grow? So many of us make resolutions every year. New Year's resolutions are personal goals that people set for themselves at the beginning of a new year. They can be related to various aspects of life, such as health, fitness, finances, relationships, hobbies. Some examples of common New Year resolutions are going to be lose weight, exercise more, save money, quit smoking, learn a new skill, travel more, read more books. But do New Year's resolutions really work? Well, the answer is not going to be so simple. Different studies actually say that different results, which have shown different results on how effective and lasting New Year's resolutions are. Now, here are some interesting facts that I found during the web search. According to a recent YouGov survey, 35% of people who made resolutions managed to stick to all of their goals, and 50% of people managed to keep some of their resolutions. That's a lot of people who are making at least some positive changes to their lives, even if they do also fail at some of their goals. However, another study found that only 19% of people who made resolutions were able to keep them for 2 years, and the majority of people gave up within the first 6 months. The study also suggested that people who set more specific and realistic goals were more likely to succeed than those who set vague and ambitious ones. One phenomenon dubbed the fresh start effect suggests that the new year may be a good moment to make resolutions and changes because it can act as a temporal landmark that gives people a renewed commitment to goals. But other factors can also influence the ability to stick to a New Year's resolution, such as motivation, self control, social support, and a readiness to change. So, based on these findings, I would say that New Year's resolutions can work, but they are not easy to maintain. They require a lot of planning, effort, and perseverance. If you are thinking of making a New Year's resolution, here are some tips that I think might help you. Choose a resolution that is meaningful and important to you, not something that you think you should do or what others expect you to do. Break down your resolution into smaller and more manageable steps and track your progress regularly. Celebrate your achievements and reward yourself for reaching your milestones. Be flexible and adaptable. And don't be too hard on yourself if you encounter setbacks or challenges. Learn from your mistakes and try again. Seek support and encouragement from your friends, family, or even online communities who share your goals. I know it sounds easy, right? But we tend to lose sight of our resolutions somewhere along the way. Sometimes we get so caught up in what is going on with the present that we tend to lose focus of the bigger picture, the end goal, the future, or tomorrow's. Even in today's turmoil, there are ways to make sure we are motivated to get things done. I mean, there are so many people that are surrounded by debt, myself included, that sometimes it can seem overwhelming. But you know what? Just yesterday, I made a promise to myself that this year I am going to tackle as much debt as possible. And when I say I'm in debt, I mean I am in debt. I have student loans, personal loans, I have credit card debt, I owe back taxes, but I am motivated to do whatever needs to be done. I am looking at picking up several side hustles this year to make this happen. I am making plans. I am generating ideas so that this year I am going to be ready. Yes, it will be tiring. Yes, it will be draining. But in the long run, my ultimate goal is to rid myself of debt and have a savings. And it's not going to be happening all at once. I am going to set realistic goals. I don't plan on having all of my debt erased by the end of the year. I am looking at having my debt erased within the next 5 years. These are the factors that are motivating me at the moment. So even if you have suggestions for side hustles, let me know. And I think what I'm even going to do is I'm going to set milestones. I'm going to come back at the end of, let's say, March, and I'm going to post what I'm doing and how much I saved and how much debt I've erased at that time, how much I've actually made, not saved, and how much debt I've erased at that time. I am aiming to go into this new year positive. I am aiming to not think of my debts and worry so much that I stress myself out. I want to find outlets that can ease my stress, and I'm already on the path to that as well. I look around every day and remind myself that I am blessed. And even though I am in dire need, that there are other people in the world that are in more dire need than myself. I reflect back on the past year and think of all the families that have lost loved ones in this Ukraine war. I think of all the people that have lost loved ones in the Israel-Hamas war. I think of all the people that are suffering in Central Africa. I think of all the people that are homeless on cold nights and children that are hungry. I think of all the people that have lost their lives during a pandemic. It's funny, but I always think that everything happens for a reason. And I have been searching for a reason why the pandemic happened, why there are wars going on, why bad things are happening now, and why the world seems to be in turmoil all over. I think of why there is greater disparity more than ever between classes, and the rich are getting richer and the poor poorer. I think of why there is so much evil in the world now more than ever than I ever witnessed. I don't know the answer to these scenarios, and it stretches my mind because I can't imagine the answer. New year, new you. Is it so impossible for people to lay down weapons and respect boundaries? Is it so impossible for the rich to pay a fair share and distribute wealth to help those less fortunate? Is it so impossible to make sure that children do not have to go to bed hungry for days on end? New year, new you. What will you do to change your life? Will you change at all or stay the same? It is for this reason that I reflect that if things stay the same, If I stay the same, then nothing will change. And that is not where I am at now. I want to change. And if I want to change, I am hoping that others will want to change as well. I am hoping that many people will reflect and look back and look forward and see what is important, to set differences aside and to make true gains in order to stop the madness, stop the killing, stop the genocide. Are we really so off base today that we are only caring for ourselves and not looking to others? Are we so in love with power that we don't care for the loss of lives and the detriment that is occurring because it does not occur in our backyards? And if it does occur in our backyards, are we too proud to admit that we made a mistake and can't stop? You can see where I'm going with this. New year, new you. Tomorrow is not guaranteed to us. It is important that we make wise choices and decisions today so that tomorrow's will benefit those that are left behind. That's all for today. Thank you for listening to Loose Lips, and until the next time.